Hello there. Do you want to live to be 105 years old? I'm going to I'm going to tell you how to do it. You want to drink plenty of this. Bullet Frontier whiskey, made in Kentucky. I think it's made in Kentucky. Pretty sure. I'm drinking Diet Coke, but I like this cup. Don't you like it? You want to live to be 105? I'm going to tell you how to do it. It's going to be pretty easy. I happened to run across a. Well, I don't want to say I actually met him, but let's just say I met him, and that he said, "Look at my YouTube." He said, "Look at my YouTube." Well, I said, "Well, I know all about YouTube because I'm a YouTube star. I'm a YouTube star." I told him. He said, "Okay, I want you to go there and look up my name. John Hamilton. John Hamilton. Hamilton. Now, I looked at it after our discussion, and I noticed there's not that many John Hamiltons on YouTube. So be very careful to get the one that says that it's a John Hamilton that's 105 years old. He tells two or three things that he does that's kept him um, that that young. Now, having said that, what he does isn't quite what I want to do. What is it, 105 sit ups? But that was the hardest part. I would delete that. This was on the exercise part that he did. He would do 20 minutes on treadmill, 15 or 20 minutes on the treadmill, and 15 or 20 minutes on the bicycling, stationary bicycle. But it's the sit ups or whatever it was, 100 and something. I might do 10. I might do 10, but I ain't going to do 100 or over. Uh, that could have been exaggerated. Oh, this guy had a rough time. He was in the military many years. That's tough in itself. That'll get you your muscles built up and get disciplined. You'll get disciplined if you make a career out of the military. So we just now discussed his exercise, which is the first thing he talks about. The second thing, and as you know, I'm free flowing and I don't do script. So I know there were three things he did. Oh, I know. What he eats. Didn't say anything about vitamins. but he ate a lot of green stuff, vegetables and all, fish, no steak. Steak's too bloody. And fish and what else? Chicken. Chicken. Okay. Vegetarians even will eat, some of them eat chicken and fish. Did you know that? I've known vegetarians. Yeah, I don't eat meat. They'll say, I don't eat meat. Don't give me any pork or steak or hamburger. But I'll eat fish. I'll eat chicken. 'Cause they ain't meat, they say. Okay, so he eats those two meats, but he doesn't eat meat. And then green stuff. Stuff I don't care for. I'll eat some vegetables. I'll eat a salad from a restaurant, like a Cobb salad, every once in a while. But I'm more of a, I like seafood. I like hamburgers, but I'm real cautious now because I'm trying to lose weight. I'm real cautious about too much bread on the hamburgers or hot dogs. Or I do eat hot dogs and bologna. I had bologna last night. Well, here's how I fix my bologna sandwiches. I get bread that is 65 or calories or less a slice. You're gonna pay a little bit more, but you're gonna lose a little bit more. And you put 2 pieces of thick bologna on there, mustard, sometimes some chow chow. You ever had chow chow? It's real good. If you haven't tried it yet, Kroger's now is stocking it again in some of the specialty stores. Chow chow's a mixture of a lot of different. Well, that's where I'm getting my vegetables. It's a chopped up vegetables put in vinegar. Not Don't follow that recipe. That's just my thought. I love chow chow. We even ordered some from Amazon. Got 2 bottles of hot and mild chow chow, which I'm eating now, and I ate it with my bologna sandwich last night. Now, it's very important to try out all the brands of hot dogs because Johnsontown or Johnsonville, whatever it is, was my favorite, but it seems to have gotten smaller, like everything else is getting smaller during this inflationary time that we're being told isn't inflationary. So I'm going to be trying out different hot dogs. And Vienna sausages are the same, hopefully. Hopefully they don't make them smaller than they already are. That and mustard. That's good. Good dinner. Okay, so now he doesn't suggest any of this. John Hamilton does not suggest eating what I eat. But since this is raw and unedited, I'm sharing what I eat as well as what he eats. Now, I already told you about his exercise. My exercise, you'll want to know also. I live in a moderately priced house, but it has a basement with stairs up and down. It's got a garage with stairs up and down, and it's got a second floor with stairs up and down. I consider that my exercise. Now, I've tried walking, and I have a disc or two in the back that doesn't not allow me to walk very far. I can walk down the street and come back. And if I lift anything 30 pounds or more, I feel it the rest of the day. Okay, you're saying, well, what do you lift 30 pounds? Uh, well, it's really 40 pounds. The salt for the water softener is 40 pounds. There's a few other things that I might buy and have to lift, like a 20. They used to have 24 bottles of water, and you could lift it. Now they have 36 for about the same price. So I'll get that 36, and I'll get two or three of them from Walmart or from whatever store. They've all increased the number of bottled water you can buy, and I think I got three of those 36 bottles for $11. How you gonna pass that up? But then when you take it out of the trunk, not to mention when you put it in the trunk, if you've got back pain, you say, okay, we'll work on it a little bit at a time. We decided to do this week. Uh, get a cardboard box, something from Amazon. Just put 12 in at a time and take it in the house. Then I take about 4 a night upstairs to the restroom, so I don't get dehydrated when I get up. Okay, now he doesn't mention anything about bottled water. John Hamilton didn't. He didn't mention anything about bologna or hot dogs or chow chow like I did. He was more into fish and chicken, and that's fine. Um, I'm not going to change my diet. I eat plenty of fish and chicken, but not continually. In fact, one of the great things about the day is where are we going to go to eat at 4 or 5 o'clock, and what's going to be on their menu. This Pepsi's good. You ought to have some of it. In fact, I'm going to pour the rest of the bottle of the Pepsi in the in this Bulleit whiskey. Uh-oh, it almost bubbled over. Um, drink a lot of Diet Coke, Diet Pepsi, it doesn't matter. I don't care so much for Pepsi One, Pepsi Zero, or Coke Zero. I think they're pulling a number on us. Do you know why they came out with Pepsi Zero and Coke Zero? They thought the kids would like it better. They thought the college kids would go for it, high school kids, because the diet would mean it would be older people. So if you got Diet Coke or Diet Pepsi, you're an older person. If you buy Diet Zero, I mean, if you get Coke Zero or Pepsi Zero, you're a young person. See how that marketing works? Okay, so we've decided what John Hamilton's workout was, mostly treadmill and bicycle, and pull-ups of some type. I'm not sure. It didn't really show him doing them, but the fact that it was over 100 scared me to death. Now we're going to leave him and let you look at him. He has one or two videos on YouTube. And if you want to live to be 105, that's the man. Don't worry about the fact that he has a bloody scar on one side of his face. It looks like he'd been in the ring fighting Muhammad Ali, which is uh, from Louisville, or maybe Tyson. Is that his name? Looks like he was in a fight with him on this interview. Don't let that bother you. Don't let that bother you. If I had been him being interviewed, I would have patched that up with some makeup, wouldn't you? I mean, I looked at that and I said, I don't want to live to be 105. I honestly did. I said, look at that blood on the side of his head. Do I want to live to be 105? Okay, now let's get down to some nitty gritty. How are you feeling today? I'm starting to pull out of this funk I'm in. I have had very low energy since I've contracted COVID 3 times and had long COVID. I'm starting to pull my energy level up. And I'm not quite sure if it's going to last, but I've had more energy today than normal. And I've done 2 YouTubes today when some weeks I don't do any, even though I promise that I'll keep putting them out. I'm getting ready to get my 2 guitars tuned up, and I might just start writing some songs. If you don't know me from last videos, I can write a word or two. I can even write a book or two, which I've done. If you don't believe me, all you gotta do is look on Amazon. But I haven't written a song or two, so that might be next. I'm looking at my studio. This is not cool. This is not cool at all. I see a door over here. I see a white space over here. I'm embarrassed. Somebody wrote to me 2 days ago, and bless their heart, I thanked them. I thanked them. I thanked them because they said, don't worry about a studio. Just be yourself. Okay. Well, if you've ever seen myself, you're seeing them now. Uh, let's see. We've only gone 20 minutes here. And I've got a lot more to say that I want to share with you right now. And that is the ability for people like us, you and me, to accomplish such great things that we see in other people. We wonder what's missing up here. And in an earlier video, I mentioned that Amazon started with just calling people up and getting orders on the phone for orders that came in his mail order company called Amazon Books. When he called me up to buy my books on alternative fuel, running cars on alcohol, he called me up and I thought, what country are you from? Honest to gosh, Amazon? Yeah, this is how it went. What country are you from? Where's the Amazon? Seattle, Washington. You said Seattle, Washington. What kind of animals they have out there? It doesn't sound like Amazon that I've read about. Then he told me what he was doing. It was a dream. He was packing up books. He said, would you give me a discount if I buy your books? I said, well, sure. We give bookstores 40% discount. Distributors, we'll call you a distributor. I hope I did. 50% discount. Because he's got to resell them. But he had already started getting orders for the books that I had published, which were on alternative fuel. Convert your car to alcohol. Forget the gas pumps, make your own fuel. The electric car book, things like that. I did that, 1979. And he called every once in a while. I didn't know this was going to be the owner of the big Amazon. I did not know this. I thought it was a joke. Because I knew a lot of people that started businesses on the internet. I wouldn't even buy his stock when the stock was offered on the stock market. Huh. I own it now. After it's gone up and made people millions of dollars. Amazon. Have you heard of it? I buy from it about 2 or 3 times a week. We got 2 packages in today. Vitamins. I buy a lot of vitamins. That's why I look so good. And this hat came from Amazon. This shirt came from Amazon. This bear came. No, it didn't come from Amazon. Okay, so anyhow, um, they, if I was to try to call the owner of Amazon, of course, he's already turned it over to another owner. I wouldn't. I wouldn't get hold of him. And you know why? He's too famous. He he's not taking phone calls. But one time he took phone calls, and I was right here in Madison, Indiana, when the phone calls came in. At that very same time, there was another company that became a competitor called Barnes and Noble .net or .com. BarnesandNoble.com. You know Barnes and Noble; they're still open, but they were going to compete against Amazon. Okay, so I don't buy stock in Amazon. I buy all the stock in Barnes and Noble because it's so low, $10 a share. Still probably $10 a share. They called me up. I hung up on them 2 or 3 times because I couldn't understand what they were saying. They they were not Americans that knew English well that was calling, and I couldn't understand what they're saying until about the third phone call, and they said we're from Barnes and Noble Internet, and we're wanting to buy 10 copies of every book that you have. I said I like that. Just tell me where to send them. You'll get 50% discount. And I thought, my God, if I can buy this stock for $10 a share, what's it going to be when it gets as high in the future as Amazon? It never made it. It wiggled. It wiggled down there toward $10. I don't know what it is now. I've sold it. I've sold it. Unfortunately, I told other people, be sure and get it because you missed out on Amazon. Well, don't worry about that. We both lost. Okay, so I never heard anything else from them. I will say this about Amazon. I've sold. I would like to say at least 1,000 books to them. Um, I would get so many orders from Amazon. Now you gotta understand, I publish other books too, including my own poetry books. That I wanted a 5-star rating, and I would take 2 loads of orders out, one before noon, and then if orders kept coming in, I'd pack them up and take them to the post office before 4 o'clock. And did I have the energy then? Oh my gosh. This was before COVID. And so I was shipping stuff out twice a day. Twice a day. And I could almost say it's 2,000 books or more that isn't just to Amazon. And Amazon sometimes would send me addresses of people that wanted the books, I'd send them direct. That's why I made it a point to be sure to send them out the same day because they were going direct to the people. Now, if they went to the store, that was for inventory, and they would ship them as they needed to. But if they sent addresses of people to ship them to, I'd get that out as quick as possible to keep a 5-star rating where people would say, I can't believe how fast that he got the books to me. Okay, we've wandered off quite a bit. Um, uh, I will say this about the book publishing business. Since Amazon came out with Amazon Kindle and they came out with Kindle Publishing, Amazon Kindle Publishing, that there's so many books being published now that I can't compete with them. Nobody can compete with them unless they are on Twitter, on X, on that might be the same thing, on Facebook, on Instagram, doing live performance when they can on different things, including TikTok or whatever it is. I can't do that. But if you can sell the books, you can sell the songs, you can become a singer, you can become a famous singer, you can become a famous poet, you can become a famous writer, because I've been tracking it. But I am not as excited about the social media as I would need to be to enter into those methods of marketing. So my attempt was on Facebook under Jim Wortham. You'll see two of them there. That I'm the one that is good looking. I mean, I'm the one that has the poetry on my page, not web page, but Facebook page. Um, I do have some of my poetry on there. I'm also on jimwortham.wordpress.com. That's pretty sloppy poetry I got on there. It's raw. It's real raw. It's unedited. It's not X-rated. You'll never see a X-rated word come out of my mouth or written on Facebook or on WordPress. jimwortham.wordpress.com. About 200 poems there. If you just want to stop by and visit me, you can even leave a message there if you want to. Well, we've had a lot of fun tonight, haven't we? Hope we have. If you like my style, feel free to join up. We're shooting toward 200 subscriptions. I need a couple more. And have a blessed day. God bless you. We'll talk soon.